All right, the most comments on today's show, as we do each week, will get a free raffle entry. You probably need at least 50-plus comments to get the free raffle entry. So flood the comment section right now. Just spam DAL if you want the Cowboys, or just C for the most comments on today's show gets a raffle entry. Week 6 matchup. Cowboys on the road against Carolina. I've seen this line ebb and flow. 3, 3.5. Maybe about a 2.5 if you're looking at the right spot, by the way. But Cowboys are favored either way by about a field goal on the road, over under 49.5. Was a lengthy injury report this week for the Cowboys. Let's dive into it. Tyler Booker, CeeDee Lamb, I think they're a week away. We'll revisit this as we need to. I will make note, we are filming this on our Thursday live show. The full final injury report and designations will be in the comment section and the description of today's show, by the way. Jack Sanborn's concussion seems unlikely. Kevontae Turpin in the foot, unlikely as well. Donovan Wilson did return to practice on Thursday, giving him a chance. Dante Fowler practiced Wednesday, did not on Thursday, so we'll have to monitor that one as well. These guys were all limited early in the week with stuff, so I'm not worried about them. I have called my shot previously. I wonder if they're going to injury stash a Johnny Cornelius since he got hurt with double knee injuries while not doing anything. Was really weird. So I think those guys, all these guys, Bland, Clowney, Diggs, Guyton, Houston, Sanders, we'll see about. That one is maybe the least likely of this group. Tyler Smith, Juan Thomas, Marhawn Kneeland. If I had to guess, I think all of those guys are going to be out there for the Cowboys. Miles Sanders is the one that, maybe not so much. And Cornelius, if the O-line is healthy, will be a scratch anyway. Panthers, injury-wise, we'll monitor Taylor Moton and Chuba Hubbard. Those are the ones that most stand out. It's a new injury for Taylor Moton, but I think he's got a chance to play still. Again, see if I look dumb or smart on Sunday. Chuba Hubbard's calf, I think it's going to be the Rico Dowdle game for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk matchups to watch. Number 1, the motion from the Cowboys offense against the Panthers defense. I had a tough time finding stats against motion from Carolina's defense, so I tried to use the new Summer Sports AI tool, but it didn't have it for me. This is per next gen stats. On plays with motion, over the last 2 games played by the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind right now. He's completing 40 of 57 passes, 459 yards, 8.1 yards per attempt, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions so far for Dak Prescott. In the last 2 games, they've boosted the motion, and they are cooking with it on that front. I have been extremely impressed with what Brian Schottenheimer is doing and calling from that perspective. It is working in Dallas right now. I hope they continue to use that motion, get guys moving, get guys like Flanoy whenever Turpin's back. And it puts strain on a spine of the defense in Carolina that I don't think is that good. What is your confidence level in beating the Panthers? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. It's the pinned comment on today's show. So if that ad plays here, ignore it. Go vote. 1 to 10 is your scale. Matchup to watch number 2. It is the Cowboys' third down defense against the third down offense for Carolina. The Cowboys, they were better against the Jets, and they still have a historically bad third down defense. Opponents converting at a 54.9% clip against the Cowboys. That's so bad. Carolina converting at a 39.4%. Again, this is like a league average third down offense. Look at the difference there. Like 15%. It's absurd how bad this Cowboys third down defense is. They have to be better, and they have to get off the field on third downs. Number 3 for me, and I was really interested by this. The interior of this offensive line, a homecoming game of sorts for Brock Hoffman, by the way, against a very perceived stout Panthers interior defensive line. They went out and they signed Bobby Brown. Derek Brown is a stud. A'Shawn Robinson's played pretty well. You're playing 1 to 2 backups on the interior. Probably going to be Tyler Smith, Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass again. The Panthers' run defense this year, a little bit worse than league average in yards per carry. They're actually, and this blew my mind because I literally went in like, okay, let's go look at outside runs. You're going to run the ball to the outside against Carolina because they got Derek Brown and stuff, right? No. Carolina is actually the worst team in the NFL when it comes to yards before contact this year on runs inside the tackle. I never would have guessed that. Here's the overall inside run defense. The presumption of teams, understandably so, is they don't run the ball up the middle. Carolina is facing the least amount of inside runs. They don't want to challenge Bobby Brown and A'Shawn Robinson, everybody else. They're 19th in yards per game, dead last in yards per carry, just the one touchdown. They've allowed 6 explosive runs. They're only 21st in stuff rate. Now, what does stand out here, and I will make note, the other 9 numbers are per Next Gen Stats, NFL.com's advanced sites. The success rate is from Summer Sports, so there is a possibility it's not all the way accurate, but I think it does make some sense. They're high in success rate. So when you're high in yards per carry, kind of high in 10-plus yard runs on a very small sample size, it means you're allowing some big chunk plays. And that's why they're dead last in yards after contact. I think there is the possibility that you can bust some big runs up the middle against this Panthers defense. And Javonte Williams has been one of the NFL's best running backs, in general, but also on inside runs. 49 carries, 266 yards, 5.4 on average. His success rate is 49%. He's been really good. So I would not, everyone has been scared, understandably so, of Panthers inside runs. I might try it a few times, see how it goes. Today's show is made possible by Ethos. I am a father of not 1, but 2 kids now. Got a lot of responsibilities. They count on me. And I know how much insurance matters. Life insurance matters. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL daily. That's ethos.com/NFL daily. Ethos is a trustworthy company that disrupts the traditional life insurance industry. And as of March 2025, Business Insider had named Ethos the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. They're an online platform that makes getting life insurance fast and easy to protect your family's future in minutes, not months. There is no complicated process. It's 100% online. No medical exam is required. You just answer a few health questions and get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage for them. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/NFL daily. That's ethos.com/NFL daily. Application times may vary. Rates may vary. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. Number 4 matchup to watch. Trayvon Diggs / DaRon Bland against the Panthers' #1 receiver, the guy that we and the Cowboys, to be clear, wanted to draft, Teteroa McMillan. McMillan only has 24 catches on the season. Maybe only is not the right word for it. Got a pretty high target share, 351 yards. I think he's done a lot of really good stuff for Carolina on film. The touchdowns are not there yet. Carolina should be a little bit healthy this week. Xavier Legette is going to be back. Is back, and they might get Jalen Coker of Cokehead fame back for Carolina as well. I'm curious if they put Diggs. I'd lean Diggs on McMillan, Bland on somebody else, but maybe they just go sides. We'll see. I'm very curious how the Cowboys try to cover up the Panthers' best receiver in McMillan, who does some of his best work over the middle, where if the Cowboys are in zone, he will get to take advantage of the linebackers. I expect to see a lot of deep digs for McMillan. All right, next up is George Pickens against J.C. Horn. And we mentioned it last week, like how can you take advantage of non-Sauce Gardner corners? Cowboys did a good job of that. They still got Pickens going with a 1 touchdown catch. And I think they'll try to get him a little bit more involved against what I assume is going to be J.C. Horn. Mike Jackson, Cowboys legend, against George Pickens is not a matchup I think Carolina wants to employ that much. Pickens this year, 5 touchdowns, already matching his previous single-season high in his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. J.C. Horn, though, is having himself a year. 38.1% completion rate. He is, when healthy, he's been really good. 21 targets, 8 catches allowed per Pro Football Reference this year. He's been good. I still wonder if you can take advantage of him, though, just a little bit, if Pickens is good enough to justify it. Now, who scores the first touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys? Is it Pickens? Is it Ferguson? That was the answer last week, by the way. Let me know in the comment section of today's show. All right, player to watch, number 5, Jake Ferguson. We nailed it last week. We gave away the signed Jake Ferguson jersey, and it worked wonders. He had 2 touchdowns in the game. He's playing at a mostly great level. I think he's been a better blocker this year. He's not ever going to be a great blocker. It's just who he is. The one thing I want to see from Ferguson is make more guys miss tackles. Be even more dynamic. Bring me back the hurdling Fergie, not the try to make a guy miss and fall down Fergie. Don't become Zach Ertz. Be more dynamic. Be more like Tucker Kraft has been over the course of his career with the Green Bay Packers. Ferguson had been the league leader in forced missed tackles. Hasn't been as good as that this year. I think against a Panthers linebacking corps that I don't think is that good. I think take advantage of guys like Christian Roseboom and Trevin Wallace. I think Ferguson could have a nice day. Number 4 is Shamar James. My guess, and it's a guess, you're not going to have Jack Sanborn due to concussion. So Kenneth Murray will be your middle linebacker. And on passing downs, it will be Shamar James over Maurice Liufau out there in coverage. James had a bunch of tackles in coverage, which isn't always a good thing. In fact, in general, I actually think coverage tackles is normally a bad thing because it means you're normally getting beat in coverage. Specifically, though, last week, that was keep everything in front of you, let the clock bleed off, be super conservative. So I wasn't as upset about it. There are times, though, look, I know we're all mad at Sanborn. He's not been good this year. I do think there was a pretty stark difference against the Jets when Sanborn went out of that game with a concussion and how they fit the run against Breece Hall. I think your linebackers have to be better in that area. Now, we will be live for the Cowboys-Panthers matchup. Our watch party will begin 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Hit that sub button so you don't miss out. Let's go to number 3. That is Ryan Flanoy, the wide receiver. I loved what I saw last week. I mean, how can you not? It was the Flanoy game. He might get a chance to do it again. That was not a name I think Jets fans knew of, which it would be kind of impressive if they did. Maybe they have no life or they're deep fantasy people. But Flanoy was great. For the year, 10 catches, 149 yards, and no touchdowns yet. They got him involved on jet sweeps. They're like, he can just do the Kevontae Turpin stuff. It's fine. I am excited to see what Ryan Flanoy is able to do in this matchup. Can he build on it? Can this be more of a Miles Austin breakout, or is it just the one random Kevin Ogletree game? And do you bring back Mingo this week for a revenge game? We shall see. Number 2 player to watch, Donovan Ezeriuaku. The numbers aren't there yet for easy. I think it is coming. He was close several times last week to bringing down Justin Fields for his first sack of the campaign. My hot take in this one, this is the game that Ezeriuaku gets a sack. That the dam bursts, so to speak. And after showing some flashes, even against the run too, Ezeriuaku has his first sack of the season. So do you agree with me? Is this the week Easy gets his first sack? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Number 1, though, is Dak Prescott, of course. He has to play great. You're not going to win games with the way your defense is played unless your quarterback plays great. Good news, he's played great this year. Dak is off to one of his best starts to a season ever. He looks in complete control of this entire Cowboys team and the offense, and everything is operating well for Dak Prescott right now. So hopefully that continues against a inconsistent but shows flashes of being great Panthers defense.